Hello everyone, welcome to another video. A video about a game that I played several years ago and I re-downloaded it recently, first onto my phone, and a few days ago I downloaded it with BlueStacks on PC as well. I think it was actually the first one I downloaded. That's when I found out that BlueStacks was actually working on my PC. Last time I tried it a few years back, it didn't work properly, so I gave up on it. So now I got Bleach Mobile on it and Real Racing Free, which I probably won't be playing it, to be fair. Unless somebody else wants any more content about this game, then I can try and do that. But otherwise, if I play it, will be on the actual phone, which again will be hardly ever, especially if I'm that bored with nothing else to do and I've got battery on my phone, which is something that doesn't happen often. I've got an old phone, then maybe I'll play it. But anyway, it's installed there and it's good to go. But I thought I'd make a video about it because it is actually a pretty good game, and it was released in February 2013. So it's been around for over 7 years now, and it still holds up and still, in my opinion, the best game out there for mobile in terms of racing. Of course, that is my opinion on it, and the reason why I say for me is because it offers racing on real-world racetracks, and it still has pretty good graphics. There are other games out there, pretty good racing games, but they're like very arcadey kind of thing, or at least too far in that direction, because obviously, this is a mobile phone, so it's not a simulator. But yeah, there's a lot of games out there. Some of them go like Formula One. There's a good game there. If you like drift, I think there's CarX Drift. There's also Grid Autosport. Project Cars Go looks amazing, and Asphalt 9, which is just I'm guessing, how would I put it? A burnout on mobile phone kind of thing. It's absolutely crazy, the game. But in terms of actual racing on racetracks, which is what I like, there's nothing else. Jesus, the weather has really picked up. Holy crap. Anyway, so I just had some issues there in the game once I put it on BlueStacks. I'm not sure why, because it was the first time using it. Maybe kind of add my settings from the phone. So I went straight into a wall and had to recalibrate it. When it actually happened, it was a bit weird. It was really weird. So I did cut like a few seconds of footage there because I was there. Well, what's going on? What's happening? I didn't know. So eventually got the car going. Do bear in mind that I had not raced this game in several years, and I have not raced with keyboard and mouse in about I don't know, maybe 3 years. So yeah, I wasn't really doing well. Plus the controls were kind of really wrong here. This is not really what I should be using, and I believe I only changed them at the very end of the video to something more suitable. Also, I don't know why on the corner it says that I've got the icons from NVIDIA GeForce. They normally don't appear. I'm pretty sure they don't appear when I record Bleach, so I don't know why they were on this one. Again, it was pretty much a trial run, so probably some settings that I changed after and all that, which I do actually later on change some stuff, and then I did cut that off the video though. So yeah, there's some issues with this game, obviously. There is you're kind of limited on what you can do. That's why I suggest having multiple cars for multiple classes, because you will run off certain things that you can do with that car because you'll have to repair it and it takes time to repair it, or because you're repairing it and you'll have to move on to a different car. Otherwise, you'll just have to wait a few hours before you can play it. Obviously, this is not like a main game. Nobody should be using this as a main game. But it works fine in the sense that it is a mobile game, and as far as I can tell, mobile games should be used when you've got a break. Like say if you have an hour's break at work, but it's too far from home, so you can't go home during that hour. You don't need an hour for your break because you're gonna eat in like 20 minutes. So you can use some time to play, kill time basically. That's what I'll be using this game for. So you could do a couple races or whatever until the car gets damaged, and then you repair the car and you move on to another car. If you still have time, do a couple races and that kind of thing. And next time you log in, it might be the following day. It does load at least Facebook friends that I know of. I'm not sure if it asks me for any other type of login, like Google Plus or Twitter, I'm not sure. And basically it kind of takes their times and then uses a bot to run to those times, so you have to fight against that. You're not actually playing online, which is kind of a good thing, because this game already takes a lot of resources from your mobile, and it also, because it's been around for 7 years, you have some lengthy, some sizable, or some well-sized upgrades, let me put it that way. I think server 1.7, between 170 and 2 gigs, 1.7 and 2 gigs, something like that these days. And obviously they keep adding new content and updating things. That's obviously a good thing, and that's why the game is still going. And that perhaps one of the reasons why I went back to it. Like this McLaren is obviously not a car that I don't own, because as you can see there, I don't have that kind of high level, and definitely not that much credits. And so that's the first indication that if what at the service thing is going to take you 3 hours to do it. So obviously I'm not going to repair it yet. I'm going to repair it once it's into the red. This is like a special event, so yeah, you've got like the offline championships to do and things like that. Kind of keep you busy. And some of them are a bit tricky. Some are a bit easier than others. Of course, being a mobile game and being an Electronic Arts game. Yeah, sorry, I hadn't mentioned that before, had I? It is an EA game, and I don't like EA, like many gamers don't like EA, for their at very least shady practices. But at the end of the day, it is a good game, and if you want to kill time, it is an amazing game for that. If you love racing, you've got some time to kill, a few minutes to do a race and whatever, then you can just do that and get back to your normal life. The vehicles do have upgrades, kind of changes from vehicle to vehicle. You can customize a few things like paint, and I'm not sure what else. Sadly, I didn't go into it on this video, probably should have. You can buy cars, you can buy it with real world currency, I believe, and with in-game currency. Obviously, I've not spent, as much as I like this game and I love racing, and I'm playing Grid Autosport at the moment on PlayStation 3, I haven't actually spent a single penny on this game, which is more than what I can say about Bleach, because I've recharged them in the first few days in. I haven't recharged since though, I'm just gathering materials for now and just logging and collecting stuff. But what I used to do this when I did play it is I would log in, do a few things, then put the cards repairing and log in the next day or the day after when I had time. And that's how I suggest people play this game. But you can, I do apologize for my driving again, because like I said, I haven't driven in a while. And yeah, I mean, it's not the worst driving in the world. I've definitely seen a lot worse. But even I was not happy with the way I was driving. I can't recall if the game has damage on hits, and I have it switched off, or it doesn't have damage. Sorry, I can't remember that. I probably should. I always do videos without actually a plan. Just like to improvise, but probably in terms of content and quality, it would definitely be better if I actually prepared for the videos and give you guys the information that answer the questions that you will have about the game. But hey, if you want to do it, if you want to find out, just look up for yourself. Everybody's got the internet these days everywhere, right? So yeah, I did okay in this race. I remember back in the day I would struggle with some of these races when I first started playing it. And to be honest, I probably would have struggled more than I did here if I was on the actual phone, rather than being on PC with BlueStacks. Because even though I'm not used to those controls, it's still a lot easier than using the phone. because you're a lot more limited there. So yeah, it was kind of good. Kind of lost my train of thought, but don't really think of anything. Can't really think of anything else worth talking. Like I was talking about buying things in the in-game purchases and all that, which you don't really need them. Like I said, as soon as you can get a car for a different class and badge, and then just keep flicking in between and saving for your next car. Kind of like I play most racing games, really. They don't overly limit you. I think you can do like 3 to 4 races with a car before it needs repair. So it's not an awful lot, but again, it is a mobile game. You're not supposed to be playing this for hours on hours. You just play to kill some time. Level 34, nearly 35 as you can see there, so not high level. And you can also see by the credits. Don't know why those things are on screen as well. That's annoying. So this is where I repaired the car because it was already on a red. So I could, maybe I would have done one more race and won, depending on what type of race and depending on the opponents. I can't remember difficulty settings for the love of God, to be entirely honest. But generally speaking, when I get to the red, I do select, I put the car repairing. And fortunately, I didn't go into my garage to check what cards I actually have here, which would have been useful. I know I have at least 2 cards, a muscle car and something else. But you do tend to have the special events that you can do, so it's always good. As I'm trying kind of to show here some of the different events that you kind of have, like the ones on the right are your main kind of events that you do. Add to Elimination Cup. I know it says limited time series, but that's pretty much what you run all the time. On that, you've got the crew thingy there on the right. They help you with certain things, and you can change members. I don't believe I ever changed members. It's like they give you different bonuses on the race, I believe. And that's pretty much it. I was trying to get familiar with the game there. That free thing that you see there, so you get those credits that are the most important credits. I can't remember what they're called. You know, the gold coin with the helmet. Basically, you click on it and you watch like a trailer of something or a couple trailers of something, and you get some credits for it. I used to do that on a phone, just because of the free credits. And this is when I actually check my driver assists. Can't remember if I changed them. Or I left them as it was just to get used to it. But obviously, when I did start playing, I was not used to it at all. Well, I was kind of getting used to it at this point, so I was like, okay, let me just leave it as it is. It's just a matter of getting used to rather than changing any settings. So yeah, those coins are useful. It's annoying to watch those trailers and all that. Most of us, block ads and all that. I don't actually do it mostly because of the YouTube channel, even though I can't monetize anything yet. But most people have ad blockers and all that. So going and watch something on purpose, an advert on purpose, it might sound a bit crazy, but obviously EA needs to make money any way they can. So they do offer you some coins for you to watch something and maybe click on it and maybe buy that product or go watch that movie or something like that. So yeah, that's how it works. Here you've got the achievements. As you can see, I don't have that many. Then again, I do have some, but I didn't play the game all that much. And then when you collect them, something else comes in, which is kind of cool. I do kind of like the achievement system that they have. It's actually not bad. So yeah, let me know if you want any more content about this game, and thank you for watching.